Welcome back. Major development in the U.S. relations with Iran. The Islamic Republic is being accused by the Trump campaign of hacking internal communications between high-ranking campaign officials and subsequently distributing them to the media. So Politico confirming that they were the first to receive the sensitive campaign documents from an anonymous email under the name Robert. Is this just the beginning of their interference in the 2024 presidential election? Let's get some insight on this. Joining me now is the Senate chairman of the National Iranian Congress. This is Amir Fkhravar, as well as we have National Security Council Chief of Staff Fred Fleitz. Thank you so much for being here, both of you. Amir, you couple this development with the recent arrest of the Pakistani national for attempting to facilitate an assassination attempt on former President Donald Trump. And it's clear the Iranians see that the former president as an adversary. Do you view this as President Biden and Kamala Harris in the same way?
You know what? Regarding this attack, it's looked like some people they are happy at the Biden-Harris administration to see this type of attack. Probably it will give them the October surprise they are hoping from the inside campaign. But we should look at the Iranian regime and their terror network all around the world, specifically inside the United States, which the Biden's open border gave them the privilege to send thousands of their sophisticated IRGC members who are tech savvy to come to the United States. And you may not believe it, but most of these people, they are operating from inside the United States or Canada or some friendly country to the United States to hack the system. And surprisingly, they are just going to hack the Republicans and to damage like President Trump. And never they are going to do anything wrong to Kamala Harris or Joe Biden, because they are considering the Iranian mullahs, they are considering Democratic Party as their allies inside the United States.
And Fred, do you see this cyber incursion as being indicative of further attempts by Iran to influence the presidential election this November?
Well, first, let me say that Iran has a fairly sophisticated cyber warfare operation, and I'm aware of several instances over the past 2 years where American critics of Iran, American conservatives, have been hit by a pretty potent cyber attack by Iran. So this does not surprise me. I think Iran and other U.S. adversaries are desperate to keep Donald Trump out of the White House. It doesn't surprise me that the Iranians did this. I'm sure the Russians and the Chinese are also trying to do this also. They want to destroy Donald Trump and his candidacy because they do not want another decisive president back in the White House. And they cannot wait for this weak person, Kamala Harris, to assume the Oval Office. That's when our country will be at maximum peril.
Meanwhile, Amir, Israel is still bracing for an attack by Iran in response to the killing of the Hamas political chief there. Yesterday morning, though, an Israeli airstrike did hit a school compound in northern Gaza. Where do you see this conflict going in your view? And will Iran bring Hezbollah even further into this fight in the north?
Definitely, Hezbollah is Iran's network. We cannot call it something different from them. Hamas, the same as Hamas. Hamas was that to all the terrorist network in the Middle East. They are operating. Their headquarters is in Tehran, and the supreme leader is their leader. But here it's another actor. It's Russia. The Iranian supreme leader himself. I'm calling him Comrade Ayatollah. It's the minion of Russians, and he has been trained there in 1960 to 1964. And, in this relationship with Russia and the regime of Iran, specifically on Iran's retaliation on Israel for killing Ismail Haniyeh, it was ordered from Putin, called Supreme Leader, and told him, don't humiliate yourself like April 13, and let us give you the advanced ballistic missiles, and some probably nuclear warhead. Then you can make some damage in Israel. And you know what? I'm 100% sure Iranian regime, they are committed to attack Israel and to retaliate. They don't have the material right now. Either Biden will help them, will give them time and enough billions of dollars to make their nuclear bomb, or the Pakistani government or Russia will give them to attack Israel with it.
Fred, I want to get your take too. Vice President Kamala Harris, she was in Arizona. She had a rally there on Friday, and she says that they're working on a ceasefire deal between Israel and its enemies. Take a listen to this.
The president and I are working around the clock every day to get that ceasefire deal done and bring the hostages home. So I respect your voices, but we are here to now talk about this race in 2024.
So, Fred, do you believe that, or is that just a talking point while she's trying to get reelected?
She and Biden have nothing to do with the negotiations. There are negotiations underway. They're not going anywhere because Hamas does not want a deal. This is a poll-tested line that she's throwing out there because she's trying to keep the radical anti-Semitic, anti-Israel progressives on her team. But at the end of the day, I think she will sell out Israel more than Biden did. But whether there'll be some type of hostage deal or ceasefire before she assumes the White House, which I hope doesn't happen, I doubt that very much. I think Hamas wants to keep the pressure up on Israel. Yeah. Israel has to finish the war. That's what we need, and that's what President Trump is calling for.
All right, we'll continue to follow it. Thank you so much, Fred, Amir. Appreciate it.